What is going on, Lucid fans? Welcome back to 𝗪𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 Journey. So today is a very interesting day, as you can tell based on the ticker to my left, but I'm not necessarily going to touch on the price today particularly. What I'm going to touch on is a lot of interesting points that a lot of investors need to realize, and again, put it in perspective, the grand scheme of things about investing. But before I get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciate that. And don't forget to pop over to my Discord, link in the description below. It's a free chat. A lot of good people, and with that said, let's get right to it. So one thing as well, like I said, I'm not necessarily going to touch on the price, but 21.8 million shares being traded just today alone. So that is around 3 hours left in the trading day. So definitely a lot of volume. That's one thing that we've been really needing and lacking. And 759,000 shares being purchased by institutions and hedge funds just today alone. But again, I did buy the dip today, and as you can tell based on this chart right here, there is a lot of big institutions that did as well, especially this one big outlier as well. So a lot of big institutions do find significant value at these levels, but still there is a lot of fun things that I did find very interesting, one of which was this. Even though it did hypothetically happen several years ago in 2018, it does talk on Elon Musk, Twitter, and PIF. We all know we got PIF. That is one very exciting thing for us as investors. They have roughly about 1 billion in overall shares. That is a big thing, and we all know that is going to be one of the biggest deciding factors that helps propel Lucid to the next level. So this is why, again, putting in perspective, this is a long-term game. And when it comes down to it though, it's very interesting to see kind of the finite things on how Elon basically, if you kind of read between the lines and how I see this, he was more so begging for PIF to invest in them. And when it comes down to it, I don't necessarily know what happened between Peter and PIF, but in the end, we got PIF. I don't know how that worked out, but still, it worked out for us. And again, this is something that us as investors need to be very much proud of, because Tesla and Elon way up there, they did not get the big investor, they did not get PIF, we did. So keeping in line with more so successes, there was also this. So Edmunds EV range leaderboard. I really like this, and it goes to show we are number one, Lucid Air number one. So that hands down is another big success for Lucid. And as well, keeping in line with PIF and expansion and long-term investments, it does look like Lucid is now hiring for Saudi Arabia, and very big positions at that. So you can see right here, IT security engineer, a lot more engineers, engineering manager, senior network engineer as well. So a lot of exciting things are going to be coming for Lucid in the coming year. So that's just why sometimes you just need to take a step back. Don't worry so much essentially about the price on a day-to-day basis, because that's going to kill you in the end as more so a investor, because that hands down makes you play with emotion all the time. You need to kind of distance yourself between yourself and your money and the emotion. You need to do your proper due diligence. Also keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own due diligence. That is the biggest thing, because if you do your own due diligence and you trust in your own judgment, then you will not second guess your investment. So that is also a good key takeaway. And I'm sure you guys already know, I'm a very big fan of Europe and their expansion into Europe. And there was this very good video, to be honest, and it talks on hypothetically that Lucid Airs are coming to Europe in June of 2022. So that is very exciting for us as investors. Again, keeping in that long-term mentality, because I'm going to say a very interesting quote: Rome was not built in a day. I think that's a quote. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. I think that's right. But still, you guys get my kind of image on what I'm trying to project here, that Lucid is a long-term investment. And I did post this on Twitter, just wanted to show a moment of weakness and hopefully help a lot of investors that are struggling with the price right now. So I did post this. It was a little bit, this was a hard time. So keep in mind, I've had a lot of bad losses, and this one I didn't necessarily lose. I still made money, but looking at this, I sold 400 shares of Tesla at $296.06. That was pre-split, and that was done in 2019. That goes to show that if you hesitate on your investment, you will lose out big time, because someone did already post saying that this would hypothetically be $1.4 million worth of a investment right now. So just again, distance yourself. Lucid is going to do a lot of good things, even if you compare it with Tesla. Has a better balance sheet starting out and also has better technology. So again, you can definitely see that there is going to be a lot of big things coming for Lucid. Just don't worry so much about the price. If you have spare cash, take advantage of these dips as long as you feel that in the long-term game, it is still going to be very beneficial for you. And like I said, just want to go over some other updated data points, starting with some short interest. As of right now, you can see clearly there is a glitch on Ortex because it does show 2.29 billion, so that's completely wrong unless that's supposed to be, I don't even know what that is. But anyways, right here, 2107 is the up-to-date short interest. It is up 0.92% for a day-by-day change, which works out to be 2.41 million shares being additionally shorted. And cost to borrow is currently 4.25%. And with cost to borrow that low, this is why it's a little bit more incentivizing for shorts to increase their position. Utilization is still 100%, and cost to borrow, like I already said, is extremely cheap. So that overall is a good summary for short interest. And finally, just touching on some options activity, $654,000 worth of options being done today, with 15% of them being positive. So definitely a very interesting switch and change of events from yesterday. $3.95 million yesterday with 55% positive. And I did do a live stream yesterday and I talked all about this. Hypothetically, I mentioned that we need to be very cautious that yesterday was not just going to be a temporary pump before a rug pull, and it does look like that was the case. And with that, let me know your thoughts on Lucid in the comments below. And if you have been like myself and been buying over the last couple of days, give yourself a shout out in the comments below. And if you've just been diamond handing this, and if you have a $50 or $40 price target, again, give yourself a shout out in the comments below. You definitely deserve that. But again, just want to point this out. Tesla, hands down, was extremely volatile. Everyone knows that. And this is going to be the exact same situation that happens to Lucid. I guarantee we are going to have a nice rally and then we're going to pull back. We're going to have a rally, pull back. That's what happens. But long-term game, this is where it's going to be very profitable. And that is exactly why I did post this as well. So just to get people a good perspective on the long-term game and where it's at. A lot of people see Tesla as Tesla, but forget that Tesla was basically where we are now. So again, just put that in perspective. And don't forget to smash the thumbs up and subscribe like I already mentioned. But with that, I appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on Lucid.